Alright, so I woke up a little early this morning, and I give some respect to my neighbors by not grinding until 8 o'clock in the morning. Seeing as how their house is right there, and we got one back there. Anyhow, so I decided to lift this cap, and we have all this damage here and this delamination here, and I wanted to see what was underneath. Plus, we're gonna need to board all that out anyway for the SeaCast. And yeah, they didn't push the cap all the way back to the gunnel, which design wise that just seems like suicide for this boat. No wonder, like, even this wood up here is rotten. And I would imagine what occurred was, of course, water goes down this way and then runs this way and then just starts to fill up the transom. That's a really bad design. I'm sure they didn't figure water would get in there, but I don't know. I would, seal that completely off. It makes no sense why they wouldn't have done that. Well, when I go back and seal it off, I'll put a cap, all the way back to here, or maybe even further down, wherever the skin starts to tighten up down there. I'll cap that all off. So we'll pour in the SeaCast, and then this will all get a nice thick skin across the top there. But yeah, and I sliced my hand. There's these rusty bolts sticking out, and when I went to lift up, yeah, that felt great. And I am up to date on my tetanus shots. So now we get to do this side. So, and I did more grinding last night and just more cleanup, and there's still more to be done. I mean, it's not there yet, but I'm removing big chunks, and you got there's spots here with spaces underneath that need to come out yet. And then I gotta grind all the way up there, but we're getting close now to the end of the grinding. Very, very close. I'm feeling it. Yeah, that was just all the chunks of fiberglass that I ripped out last night. Old, brittle fiberglass. Alright, so we're continuing now to shore up this port side stringer, and I built up some more fiberglass and resin there, and then I laid one big long piece of biaxial that comes right about the center of the boat, right into the keel there. And what this is designed to do is really just shore up this stringer left to right. There are some pieces that come up this way, but there's going to be one large sheet that goes all the way down. So we're really just working perpendicular to the stringer, and then once this is all dry and shored up, and we'll do the other side, and then we'll make one big long piece of biaxial that kind of comes down and ties it all together. Probably an overkill, but I don't know, I'm enjoying the process, and I really want to make sure that this is strong. So, I mean, the motor didn't fall off this boat when we were going 50 miles an hour in it, and the stringers all look like that, and they were all broke up, and this transom was rotten as all hell. So I can only imagine what I'm doing now is going to, make this boat outlast me. Alright, so this transom is rotten. We know this. And so I'm going to put SeaCast inside of here. And in order to do that, we need to cut this cap off and then dig out all of the rotten wood that's down inside. I've never done this before. I'm a total amateur, but it doesn't look that hard. I got my cutoff wheel, got all my safety equipment. Let's get started. Let's cut the cap off. some solid wood, but for the most part it's pretty rotten. I mean, we're sawdust over here, pretty bad, which is probably why this was all delaminated over here. So I bought a chainsaw just to do this. It's an electric one. I don't know how well it's going to work, but we're going to find out. And we're going to dig the rest of this plywood out. We'll see how it goes. She's coming along quite nicely, actually. Anybody need any garden soil? For their garden? Wow. This transom is so rotted. We got our SeaCast shipped in from EcoWolf there. Over at, they shipped it from, they're in Edgewater, Florida, so we got it in one day. We got 12 gallons, or 12 pounds, I don't know how they sell it, I think it's 12 gallons of SeaCast. So it's like probably day 4 of doing this process, but I'm not doing 4 days straight of grinding out of the wood. What I'm doing is I spend about an hour at a time, maybe 2 hours a day, and I chip with a chisel and a hammer, and I also have a chainsaw that's digging way down in and getting all of the wood bits off of this skin, the fiberglass skins. The process, I don't think I could do it efficiently in one sitting because the wood was so saturated. The chainsaw doesn't like to grind it out. It hits that wet wood and it just like it turns to muck, and like it just like that's how saturated it was. So how I'm doing it is spend an hour or two every day, grind it out with the chainsaw a little bit more every day, and then it exposes it, it dries out. And then the next day I come back and it's like it comes out super easy, and it comes out in like chunks like this, and then I use like the big pliers and I reach down in there and pull out the big chunks. You can see down in there there's like strips of wood in there. I'm doing everything humanly possible to save these fiberglass, the interior fiberglass skin. It's really tempting to want to cut this all out so that it's real easy to get down in there and grind all that wood out. But if you think about that, if I were to do that, that would mean I'd have to cut this stringer, or both stringers, and I really don't want to do that. I don't think that that's beneficial. I think that if I do over here what I did here, make a nice new skin out of biaxial and chop strand, and build it up, there's no way that this transom's ever going to fail with the new SeaCast application. This you can see over here, this is this broke away when we initially did the first removal of the floor, and I kind of took a pry bar and pried it out. Now I'm going to have to fill that with foam and then put new skin over it and then chop the foam out. That'll give me an opportunity though to get this wood out of here. Now that it's drying out, it will come out really easy with a chainsaw. So, but yeah, we're making progress. Should pour that transom by the weekend, I'm hoping.